Attention fans, megastar has passed his medical, deal very close to completion. Fabrizio Romano confirms blow to Crystal Palace after Mark Guehi completes medical at Liverpool. Urgent, Milan suffers setback in pursuit of Liverpool's 28-year-old player. Welcome fans, check out the latest news from the biggest club in the world. Liverpool is about to complete one of the biggest transfer windows in Premier League history with the imminent arrivals of Alexander Isak and Mark Guehi. These signings mark the conclusion of an intense summer, already highlighted by major acquisitions such as Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike, which had raised fan excitement. Now, with Isak and Guehi close to being officially announced, the Reds clearly demonstrate their ambition to return to the top of European football. The activity accelerated on the final day of the window. According to journalist Ben Jacobs, Alexander Isak has passed his medical and received approval to sign with the club. This news removed the last major doubt about the deal and paved the way for the 25-year-old Swedish striker to don the red of Anfield. Isak arrives with high expectations, but also strong credentials. Last season, only Mohamed Salah scored more Premier League goals than him. The partnership between the two promises to be devastating, as together they scored 52 goals in the previous season, a nightmare for any defense. Meanwhile, Liverpool has also advanced talks with Crystal Palace to secure the signing of Mark Guehi. The English defender, recognized as one of the league's most consistent defenders, will strengthen a backline that had been questioned and provide greater solidity to Arne Slot's defensive system. With Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and now Guehi, the club now has top-level options to face a season packed with commitments in both domestic and international competitions. Signing Isak and Guehi is not just about individual talent. It's also about completing a squad that has undergone significant changes over the summer, with key departures. Liverpool's strategy has been clear: sell valuable assets to free up financial space, then invest heavily in reinforcements capable of immediately raising the team's level. A recent 1-0 win over Arsenal, which put the Reds at the top of the Premier League for the first time this season, already signaled the strength of the team under Arne Slot. The arrival of two elite reinforcements at this crucial moment further strengthens hopes of winning titles. More than mere transfers, Isak and Guehi represent the start of a new era at Liverpool, marked by boldness, planning, and ambition. The summer at Anfield will go down in history, and rightly so. Few Premier League clubs will have such an impactful transfer window as the Reds in 2024. Liverpool is also on the verge of completing one of the most anticipated deadline day transfers, securing the signing of Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi. Anfield has agreed a £35 million deal to bring the English defender, who is currently undergoing a medical in London. Once the tests are completed and no unforeseen issues arise, Guehi will sign his contract with the Reds, marking a decisive moment for Liverpool this season. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace's hopes of reinforcing their defense with Brighton and Hove Albion defender Igor Julio seem to have collapsed. Guehi's potential departure to Liverpool leaves the Eagles in a delicate position, as the initially planned replacement to maintain defensive balance may not arrive. South London is at the center of deadline day drama, with maximum attention on negotiations involving their captain. Guehi, at Palace since 2021, has just 12 months left on his contract, and his move to Anfield had been speculated throughout the summer. Today, Guehi passed the medical organized by Liverpool, consolidating the proximity of his transfer. Recently, he played the full 90 minutes in a 3-0 win over Aston Villa, reaffirming his status as an undisputed starter and leader on the field. According to Fabrizio Romano, the agreed fee between Liverpool and Crystal Palace is £35 million, with a 10% release clause. Crystal Palace had conditioned the exit of their captain on the arrival of a suitable replacement, initially identified as Igor Julio, who was signed by Brighton 2 years ago from Fiorentina for €17 million. However, Igor Julio has had no Premier League opportunities this season, with his only appearance being in a 6-0 win over Oxford United in the English League Cup. The deal seemed set, but new updates indicate that the Brazilian's move to Crystal Palace may be cancelled. Romano shared on X, breaking Igor collapse at Crystal Palace. As at P. Parker Turner says, the news came as soon as Guehi completed his medical in London as a Liverpool player. Liverpool now awaiting Crystal Palace's response. Sky Sports News reported that Palace did not call Guehi back from his medical and is now seeking alternatives to replace their captain. Igor Julio, therefore, will not join Selhurst Park at the moment, and negotiations with West Ham could see the player go on loan. Crystal Palace will only release Guehi after securing a replacement, but the collapse of talks with Igor Julio forced the club to explore other defensive options. Meanwhile, Liverpool is about to finalize the signings of Mark Guehi and Alexander Isak, pushing their summer spending over £450 million. Alongside Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike, these acquisitions strengthen the squad and demonstrate the club's ambition to compete at the highest level, balancing attack and defense. Liverpool defender Joe Gomez was heavily linked with AC Milan this summer, but the Italian giants failed to complete the transfer. According to The Athletic, Liverpool has decided to keep the player at the club. At 28 years old, Gomez has been a key pillar for the Reds, and losing him at this stage of the transfer window would have been a significant blow. Liverpool needs versatile and experienced players who can contribute in multiple positions, and Gomez fits this profile perfectly. Milan sought quality defensive reinforcement, and Gomez, at the peak of his career, would have greatly strengthened the Italian team. Additionally, the defender reportedly welcomed the opportunity to play for one of Europe's biggest clubs at a stage in his career where regular playing time is crucial, something Liverpool could not guarantee due to competition with Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate. Staying at Anfield, therefore, makes perfect sense. Although Liverpool is close to signing Mark Guehi, letting Gomez leave would still have been risky, especially amid pressure for results and the need to maintain a solid defense. The expectation now is that Gomez will overcome his injury issues and establish himself as a starter, directly competing with Konate for a place in the squad. Internal competition should help Liverpool raise their collective level. The club aims to defend its Premier League title and perform strongly in the UEFA Champions League. Gomez has proven extremely useful in injury and rotation situations, demonstrating his importance. Despite continued interest from Milan and an official offer, the defender is expected to remain at Anfield beyond the transfer deadline. Sky Sports reported that even with the imminent arrival of Mark Guehi, Gomez will stay at Liverpool, fulfilling Van Dijk's wishes, who recently commented on the situation. Van Dijk expressed his desire for Gomez to stay, emphasizing that decisions are not his to make. Transfer expert Gianluca Di Marzio confirmed that the potential move to Milan is off due to insufficient time for medicals before the deadline, leaving Milan to explore other options while Liverpool keeps Gomez. Milan offered €15 million, approximately £13 million, for Joe Gomez, a figure far below what Liverpool recently raised from selling young talents, totaling around £85 million. Gomez remains a key asset for Arne Slot due to his professionalism, versatility, and ability to play in multiple defensive positions. With 2 years left on his contract, keeping him at Anfield is considered more valuable than any transfer fee. Alongside Van Dijk, Gomez remains solid and will continue to be essential in the team rotation as Liverpool defends their Premier League title. Thank you for watching until the end. See you next time!